If you decide to watch this video expecting to see a bunch of men wearing kilts putting up shelves, you're in for a surprise. To us, DIY isn't about home improvement, it's about social improvement. Empowerment of the people and doing what we want, how we want to, regardless of what the mainstream wants us to do, how they want us to do it, or even if they care at all. To us, DIY isn't just about not waiting on getting a big fat cheque from Mr. Big's record company or depending on conventional venues to put on a show. It's a way of life. A lifestyle where if you want to do or achieve something, you get active and do it. Because if you don't help yourself, no one else will. This applies to all avenues of life, from starting up a band, putting on gigs, or even political activism. The Palace of Crust was one of Scotland's embodiments of these ideals. It was a house lived in by 2 members of an Aberdeen band, 15 dead. They opened up their homes to have shows where some of the best punk and hardcore bands in the UK played for free. Anyone and everyone who wanted to be involved was more than welcome to help. If it was supplying equipment, helping set up, advertising the event, or even feeding the bands, any help was greatly appreciated. Unity, self-empowerment, respect, individuality, creative control and anti-discrimination of any kind, but above all freedom. These are the ideals of DIY culture.
Well, it's our house. We basically started it because we got barred from pretty much everywhere in Aberdeen. So we can put any gigs on, and we thought, you know, we want to get out of Bedford, which is where we were living before, and which is a hellish place. So we thought if we get our own house and then make it somewhere that's suitable that we put on some gigs, then we could just do that, and we wouldn't have to worry about venues taking us on or anything.
I think the kind of venues we would like to play don't really want to put us on. I think there's kind of a social stigma attached to our music.
We don't really help it though. I mean,
it's not bad though, really, in general, but people don't really want to put us on, and I think the slightest provocation they'll
just like go like that.
You know, that's it.
That's it. No more. Where there was another type of music and another group of people that didn't look like us, so we probably would just let it slide. Like really just the shit things about living in Scotland mainly, and the shit things about Britain.
Throughout all of us, it's just very anti-organised religions.
Yeah, really anti-religion.
All religion.
Yeah, like not just Christianity. Like I think only complaining about Christianity is really like a cop out. Like because you're too afraid to. People are too afraid to take the piss out of other religions, but they shouldn't be because it's all just as bad.
I guess I was drawn to it because I'm a bit of a loser. I haven't got any mates, particularly. But this is a nice way to make mates because we've all got something to bond with, you know.
As soon as we came in here, everyone was really nice to us and stuff, but whenever we played gigs before with like sort of trendier sort of bands and everything, everyone kind of was a bit...
We just felt out of place. Yeah. That's why I bought these Top Man trousers, and now I feel like a dick and I'm out of place again.
Fuck, that was an awful interview we did earlier, wasn't it? I talked about my Top Man trousers and other things. They are as well. I can't help it, man. They look so fucking, they make me feel so grown up. And when I wear them outside, people want to have sex with me. Which doesn't happen very often. So I figure I might as well go for it. The next step is to put nails in your chinos. This is our last song. This is called Victor Crowley. It's all getting documented for YouTube. Go metal.
I don't find it satisfying just being a spectator. I think it's like once you embed yourself in something to such an extent, the necessary way to get enjoyment out of it's actually participating in it. And like, I think one of the interesting things in Scotland, well, I mean in Glasgow in particular, in Scotland generally, is you don't really get things that you get in other countries where you get a group of bands that all sound the same. It's almost like every band has got their own sound, every band's kind of different. I mean, that's good in some ways because you've got that individuality, but in other senses, I think every band in Scotland feels like an outsider. Every band in Scotland feels like the last gang in town. I like the sound of it.
I mean, I was quite young and it kind of terrified me a bit, that's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. Just even like from an aesthetic point of view. I play acoustic guitar, just because I get a more percussive, interesting sound out of it, and I've started playing with other folk musicians. I started off just doing it, me and my guitar, and I've been doing it for about 5 years now, but now I've been experimenting recently with a mandolin player and banjo and double bass and other things. So yeah, I grew up listening to punk music, but also folk music, and I'm trying to make the two things clash and collide.
My name's Billy.
It was great. Yeah, it felt like it didn't feel like the house that I knew. It felt like a proper venue, and there's just people flying everywhere. And yeah, it's just like it's a great feeling. It feels like a squad. It feels like, you know, the spirit of D.I.Y. embodied.
My hatred of everyday existence, dealing with people on an everyday level, people having to sort of try to tell them that they're largely unimportant and their concerns are pretty much trite. So it's just my fucking hatred towards sort of that sort of stuff. A battle of mediocrity, a battle against mediocrity. Either be shite or good, didn't be fucking mediocre, you know what I mean? Certainly the last 8 we played in the year, I think it's sort of up to our level of playing. I think we sort of upped, and I think just because of the whole atmosphere, and right from that moment onwards, it just sort of gave us a kick up the arse, I think. Yeah? So if you embrace that spirit, I think it's a fucking shit hot.
The Palace of Crust. Where should I start? Well, I suppose every good story was one told from the heart. But forget about romance and glamour alike, because I have a true story for all you lost children of the night. It begins with a palace that has no princess, and nothing to guard it except 3 unwise men. But believe me when I say that it is home to something much bigger than them. It's an emblem of unity in a world that never rests. It's a moment of clarity in a warped reality, because our minds may be crumbling, but these walls will always be standing. So for one night alone, leave the world outside. The music is blaring, so don't you dare leave these precious moments behind. Because these sing-along songs are all I need to know, for as long as I have delinquents like you on my side. Sure, this place is filthy, but think of all the adventures it's driven. And yes, the stains on the roof are still hard to explain. But it's just another sign that this building is well and truly lived in. You see, I can't help but laugh at the cider and boot prints sprawled all up and down these rugged walls. They're just another reason for us to stand tall and say, I actually survived this shithole. But despite all the bad things about this humble abode, it means more to me than you may ever know. It represents everything I trust in and everything I love. And even when we go our separate ways, I'm certain that in our hearts will remain our memories from the days of the Palace of Crust.
You can die in the hands of God of your own. They try to warn us not to save it against the conviction. I never must again turn the freedom in the end.